You can do it. All right. Woo! Aloha, everyone. It is us, the gentlemen with cocktails. Woo! All right. It is
welcome.
Oh, hold on. All right. I didn't realize that was on. I'm sorry. Okay. So yes, once again, it is us. It is I.
What was on?
Gregory Cobra Wells, aka Handsome Cobra, and my co-host Chris Schwartzlander of the Tripping Over Reality Universe. Pick up his books.
Ew.
Oh,
hello, governors and governesses.
Oh, wait.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just to let you know, yeah, what was on real quick, that was, I opened up, I have the YouTube channel on so I could see the chat because I still am pretty technologically illiterate when it comes to having to open up a chat plus the Google Hangouts. So I didn't realize that I had the video. Usually what I'll do, I'll pause the video instead of having it on. But so because it's kind of it's delayed with the live Google Hangout. So, or there is a delay apparently. So yeah, it was the delay loop. That's from the YouTube channel. So yeah,
the YouTubes
on the internet. On the internet. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. How are you, kind sir?
I am good, sir. Haven't seen you since wow, all the way back on Wednesday, Halloween.
I know,
which was an awesome night. That was
a lot of fun. It was good times, man. Thank you, both you and Kelly, for having me over. It was awesome.
You're always welcome. Always.
Well, thank you, kind sir. Thank you. But yeah. What's that?
Mikasa Sukasa. For any of the friends who may see this later and you didn't show up, man, you missed a good party. And we saw Frankenstein and Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the side of the house, like a redneck drive-in. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. And also too, it's like I got the help set up. Yay!
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I love and also too, like what's up? I totally cut you off. I'm sorry.
You got a gold star, sir.
Woo! All right, gold star. But yeah, no, I just to let everyone know, like this, like it was the first time that I've seen snippets of both the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Frankenstein, but I haven't seen them all the way through. So this was actually my first time that I actually saw Frankenstein because that was the main feature, and then for the double was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I actually because like if I was watching it by myself, I would be like, what the fuck? But since there was like a great drunken crowd around us, it was really cool. And I was really getting into it because everybody
it was awesome.
It was
a lot of fun, because we weren't in a theater and we weren't constrained and everyone was yelling at the screen and don't go in there, Sally, are you crazy?
Well, it kind of reminds me of like, have you ever been to like a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing? Like
I have. Back in '89, when I was out in California, I did.
Because they play the movie, like in Orlando, they used to do this shit too, like on the weekends, and they would play the movie, and people, could yell at the screen, and they like act out shit, and everybody's just kind of getting into it, and it's just kind of reminding. I think I've been to one of those, and
I went to one.
That's all you need back in the fucking day.
You don't need to go to more than one.
Yeah.
One is enough. It's like
that's what it kind of reminded me of, but what's up?
It's like cock push-ups. You just have to do one.
Yeah, exactly. Cock push-ups.
Tenacious D, man.
I know. Fuck me gently, It's like that's an actual song by them. Fuck me gently. It's like
they're amazing.
They are great. I love the song. Was it Wonder Boy? That's a good one.
It's a great song.
Yeah. But you did show me something. So to let everyone know, like you did show me something after the viewings that I was very intrigued with. I have not played this yet, but you showed me like the gameplay of it, and it looks astonishing, amazing, and you're just kind of twisting the knife a little bit deeper for me to get it, which is a good thing, which is pushing me to get it. And what I'm talking about is Red Dead Redemption 2, because I am actually looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll kind of go on sale in the months to come, so I can finally pick it up. But since you've been playing it, I'm going to let you take the reins, and probably a little later on, I will probably go into a little bit of Marvel Spider-Man. And but yeah, just to let everyone, because I know we talked about it before, but I actually finished the game, so I can and the DLC that just dropped not too long ago. So, but yeah, if you want, man, please. I'm gonna hand the reins over to you, man, and let's get into some Red Dead Redemption 2, because man, that looks
great by handing the reins over. That's nice. Man. Yeah, a lot of horse riding on this game. It's everything that you would have expected from a Red Dead Redemption game, plus so much more. It's completely immersive. You saw it. It's a beautiful world. It looks almost photorealistic. You can do pretty much anything that you can imagine in this game. The mechanics are incredible. You can train horses. You can hunt. You can play all the mini games that you can play in the original game, with the exception of horseshoes might be in there. I think I did see that. You can do almost everything you can do in the original game. You can do in this game. Plus, and it's completely interactive with all the NPCs. They'll talk to you, and sometimes they'll give you information. You have tons of side missions. The main storyline is great. Of course, it's a prequel to the first game, so you kind of know where it's going to end up at the end. John Masterson is in it, but he's not the main character. Albert, whose last name right now escapes me, is the main character. What I really like about it is the attention to detail. The facial hair grows, your hair grows. You have to bathe or you stink. People don't want to be around you. The heat of the day will decide which clothing you might want to wear, because you have clothing that's fit for hot weather or cold weather. A lot of minutia, but it doesn't feel overwhelming like you would think it would. Mm-hmm. And the only downside is, and I talked to you about this before, is you can't fart wrong without getting a bounty on your head. And the next thing you know, every time you go to do something, there are bounty hunters there. I was actually trying to pay off a bounty, and I hit the wrong button and shot the clerk that was taking my money to pay off the bounty. Fortunately, I didn't kill him, but my bounty went up. And I had
I'm sorry. It's like, here's a couple of extra money.
As soon as I shot him, law enforcement was right there. You can rob trains, which is great. You can steal stagecoaches and wagons. There are fences that will buy your illegal goods so that you can build up money. But I mostly build up money to pay off bounties, because I just keep getting bounties. But it's a lot of fun. It really is. And like I said, I like the storyline. I'm sure as I progress in the game, I'll get better at it, make more money, kill better animals for more money. And when you hunt, there are different conditions of the pelts that you pull in, from poor to good to perfect. Perfect, of course, being the hardest to find, and you have to shoot it just right on a clean kill to get a perfect pelt. I pull a lot of poor pelts. I've gotten to the point where I'm just getting poor pelts and just dropping them off and not even selling them, because they're not really worth it. But when you have the perfect pelts, you can build things, you can make things, different clothing and different items with them. You take them to the trapper and he'll make stuff for you. And it's really neat. And instead of just, I think there were 12 outfits in the original game. There are just an untold number of outfits in this game that you can change into or wear. If you like playing, dress up, this is for you.
Now we say
so. Check it out.
When you say original game,
check it out.
You're talking about Red Dead Revolver?
Red Dead Redemption, the first game.
Okay.
The Red Dead Redemption. I think there were only like 10 or 12 costumes or outfits that you could unlock throughout the game. There are ones that you can unlock in here, and there are ones that you can have made if you have specific items. And there's clothing that you can buy at tailors too. So there's a whole lot of different things to do. Yeah. It's really neat. It's good fun. And there are vaudeville acts. You can actually sit and watch the acts. There was one vaudeville act that had a magician that was catching bullets in his mouth, and you can cheer him on or boo. And then when he left the stage, some lady came on and was singing it. It was really interesting. They put a lot of work into it. And it's beautifully done. And it's fantastically voice acted. I'm not sure who does the voice of Albert, but he does a phenomenal job. All the characters in there are really fleshed out, and I like it. And you see John Masterson as a younger John Masterson and how he acts around his family, and you see that he was sort of a dickhead, which you really don't get when you play the first game. You just feel like he's a misunderstood guy.
Well, yeah, because I know, like in the first. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When you play the prequel, you realize that he might have been a little misunderstood, but he's also kind of an ass. So you understand, why his wife was not really happy with who he was. He's just. It's an interesting. It gives a lot more character depth to characters that you've already seen. So that's kind of neat.
That's pretty cool, man.
And that's
it. What's that?
And that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's about all.
Let me ask you some questions then.
Sure.
When so you said it's a prequel. So was it Red Dead Redemption was it 1911? It was that's when
yes, it was
after the turn of
I believe it was 1911. This one is in 1899.
Oh, okay. So just right inside of the Industrial Revolution. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's right when the outlaws of the Old West were kind of dying out, and these guys are the last of their breed, and it's a really neat story. It's kind of neat watching them in a lot of their conversations talk about what are we going to do. There's no place for us anymore in this world. What are we going to do? And it's kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. I love the storyline, and I love what's going on. The Pinkertons are after you because apparently, before the game started, you had done something in Blackwater. Blackwater was in the first game. Red Dead Redemption was the big town in the first game, and you're wanted, and you ended up fleeing to the mountains, and it opens up in the mountains during a snowstorm. And I tell you, it feels like you're in a snowstorm. It's incredible the way your characters move. The tracks the horses leave, the breath that comes out of the characters, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, because I heard like because like the first, I want to say like from what I've been hearing, like the first hour to like 2.5 hours is all pretty much like a tutorial. It's like you getting to know, because what I love about at least hearing about it is that they kind of just drop you in as the main character. I think Albert Morgan, I think, is the character's name.
Yes.
And
yes, Albert Morgan.
And I think it's like nicknames like Pretty Boy or something.
I haven't heard that, but
oh really? Okay. Like
I may not have been listening.
Oh no, you're totally good, man. No, like I was just talking to somebody else at work, and they were like, yeah, he's like the pretty guy or pretty boy of the group or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay. And the thing is that like so they kind of just drop you in, right? Like what you said.
Yes.
See, I didn't even know what the hell Blackwater was. I thought that I was like, Blackwater. Oh, okay. Because the only thing I know of the first game, Red Dead Redemption, is that you play as John Masterson, and then I know he has like scars on his face from, I guess, like wolves, right? Like he was attacked by wolves. He has a wife and a son, Jack, and his wife Abigail was a sex worker at one point, I believe. And then their son Jack, it's like he dies in the first. John Marston died, or John Masterson dies in the first one, right? Is that correct?
I don't think he does he?
I think so, because you play as Jack later on in Red Dead Redemption.
He does die. You're right. He does die, and then you play at the end game. You play as
his son, like years later, and yeah, because that's what's kind of cool.
Now, there is a rescue mission in this game at the beginning of it where you have to rescue John Masterson from those wolves that caused the scars.
Oh, really?
So that's a nice little complete circle they did there. That was really well done. And I'm still unlocking stuff. I just learned how to fish. I've been playing this for a while. Yeah, I did the mission where they unlocked the fishing, and then I unlocked the manual targeting for the Deadeye.
Oh, really?
Just recently. Yeah, today, as a matter of fact. So
yeah, because
I do a lot of running around and hunting and stuff, and that's probably why if I play the game a little bit, I wouldn't be such easy pickings for these bounty hunters.
Well, like because I've heard about like the hunting and fishing. So I know that let's get into hunting first, if you don't mind. Like I know you said that there's like perfect, what is it, good, and then poor. Like how do you get a perfect? Is it a headshot, or do you have to like hit it in a heart, or what's considered like a perfect?
When you turn on your Deadeye, your Deadeye, when you're fighting, it slows everything down.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like Bullet, the old Max Payne game. When you turn that on when you're hunting, when you go to shoot and you turn that on, you'll see red spots on the animal where to hit it. And if you hit that red spot just right, it'll be a good or a perfect skin. Okay. For the most part. Now, I have done that, and it's been a small deer, and it was a poor skin, and I don't know why.
Oh, really?
The hunting is really because you can track them. You have a sense when you hit both your control paddles. You press those in, and everything changes, and you can see the tracks of the animals, and you can focus on a certain track, and you can follow that track for a while and hunt that animal until you run into it, or it runs out and you have to do it again, and you can keep following them. And it's really neat. It's really neat. I love the hunting in it. It's probably some of the best hunting in a game I've seen. That's not as annoying as Cabela's hunting is the closest to true to life hunting that you'll get, but it's also damn near impossible to play because it's as close to true to life hunting as you'll get. You got to be extremely patient. And in this game, you have to be patient, but it's not to the point where you just you get frustrated and throw the controller down, pull the game out,
around. Oh, shit. Jesus, it's like real life. My place here, god dang.
I wanted to hunt, I'd go out and hunt.
Yeah, pretty much. So you said that you unlocked the fishing. How did you do that? How did you unlock it?
I had to do a mission with Jack, the boy. Abigail asked me to take him out because John wasn't paying any attention to him. So I took him out fishing, and that's how I unlocked the fishing.
Oh, okay.
The fishing in that is a lot like the fishing on Far Cry 5.
Okay.
Only you circle the controller instead of pressing one of the triggers to haul the fish in. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I haven't caught any really big fish yet, but there are legendary animals that you can hunt. I did hunt the legendary bear and kill it. It's a 1,000-pound grizzly.
Jesus.
And that thing, man, it scared me, man. I thought I was dead. Because I shot it like 6 times.
It was like,
and it finally got me down. And then I'm pressing the B button to escape, and I'm like, it's over, I'm dead. And I got loose, and then I shot it again, and it was dead. And it's a really cool bear. It's this big 1,000-pound bear with an eye missing, so it's got the scar tissue. And I took its head to the tanner, to the trapper, or the body to the trapper, and he changed the head into a hat for me, so I can wear that big bear head on my head.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. You'll love it, man. You can go hunt rattlesnakes and have a rattlesnake hat made, and there are all kinds of suits you can have done. There are alligators.
There's alligators? Holy shit.
I was tooling through the swamp area.
You got you some alligator fucking boots?
And I didn't see, you can have made, but I didn't see the alligator until he was on me, and he killed me. I mean, he just chomped me and I was dead. It was a huge alligator. And then I'm going through the swamp again, and it was just one of those random encounters. You know, you see the little white blip on your radar, and there's a lady crying, and I go up there and I get off my horse, and the character asks her why. You know, you press the L trigger, and there are options of what you can do. So I ask her what's wrong, and she's still crying. And I looked away for a second to grab my soda. And I looked back. By the time I looked back, she had stood up and was looking at me, and she looked like this bleached out zombie creature. And she comes at me snarling. So I shoot her in the face, and all of her people come out of the woods. Her people come out of the woods. They look like zombies. I haven't run into them yet again, but I'm going to try. And they killed me. They killed me bigger than shit, man. I was like, damn, they're everywhere. I was not ready for it at all. So it's got some genuine neat moments in there. I ran into a bunch of, I was going down the road at night, and there was a campfire on the side of the road, and I just pulled over to the side to see what was going on. And I heard these hill folk talking. They're like, these rich folk, they got lots of good stuff. And they're going. So, and I looked, and there are 3 dead bodies in the camp, and there are these 2 hill folk going through all their stuff. So I get off of the horse, and they bolt, and I chase them, and they run me right into an ambush of all these other hill folk, right, in the holler. And they're screaming, you'll never get out of this holler alive. So I actually managed to kill all of them. And I get out, and my horse was gone. So
really?
I had no horse, and I had to hoof it all the way back to town.
Oh, my God.
But I was so far away from town, I just got fed up and decided to take the negative karma, and I shot some dude in the face and took his horse. I rode it back into town. I'm like, screw it, I'm not walking that far. But yeah, it's a lot of fun when you get playing it and exploring. It's amazing.
So
a visual feast.
So can you just, when you gank a horse, do you get more bounty on you? Like, let's just say, like, there's just a horse there. You know, it's probably somebody's horse.
Yeah, if you steal someone's horse and they see you do it, you'll get a bounty on you.
Oh, right.
Wearing a mask is supposed to stop you from getting a bounty, but I've gotten bounty with a mask on. So
really, yeah, because that's what I heard people say. It's like, why don't you just wear your mask? It's like, and then I hear like other people say, well, fuck, man, if you still wear your mask, you're still going to get a bounty. Apparently, it's like I kind of because because I know like Rockstar makes it, and so they make GTA and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things where it's even like in GTA, it's you know, you fucking, if a cop sees you like run into somebody's car, or if you steal somebody's car some fucking way, you get a fucking star blinking in the fucking corner. It's like, oh my God. And then like
they shoot you.
Yeah. It's like cops are fucking, yeah.
At least in this game, you have options. You can try to diffuse the situation.
Oh, really?
Which usually never works. And your only other option is to surrender. So I just let them kill me. You know, because
you can never take me alive, Papa.
And it just makes you so angry. You know, the guy shoots at me, right? Mm-hmm. A guy shoots at me. He draws on me. I turn around and shoot him, and all of a sudden, every cop in the world is trying to kill me. So that's a little annoying. There should be a shoot first situation in the game, you know, where if you're defending yourself, you shouldn't be hunted by the police or the sheriff and his deputy and bounty hunters.
Yeah.
But, you know, and there's some bounty hunter missions in the game that I've done. There aren't nearly enough bounty hunter missions yet that I've run into. I've done, I think 4 or 5. No, 4. And it's a great way to earn money, but there need to be more of them. There need to be easier ways for you to earn money. But that might unfold as the game unfolds. I haven't really gotten far into it. You do stay at this camp where you can keep upgrading the camp for the people that live there and do favors for your friends in the camp and stuff too. So that's kind of neat. Yeah,
because I know like in the beginning, like the first hour or so, it's like a tutorial and stuff. That's like where your main camp is. Like I know that you pre-ordered it, so I think with the pre-orders you got extra stuff, right? You got this survival kit, I think. That's like what's that?
I'd have to look at the sheet. But I know there were weapons extras. There was a pre-order. There was a pre-order thoroughbred horse that I got.
Yeah, the war
which I really like. Yeah.
Oh, you got the thoroughbred. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
those are fast as shit, man.
I've had to train 3 of those because 2 of them have been killed. Really? Been gunned down with me.
So
shot out from under me.
So since you had the thoroughbred horse, is every horse that you get a thoroughbred from then on, or do you
no,
or do you just have
one? You can buy different horses. You can have 3 horses at a time in a stable. You can go out in the wilderness and hunt down horses and lasso them just like any other game. You break them, and you can take them in and sell them. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, I love that. That's a lot of fun.
Do you get pretty good money for selling them?
Not really. I mean, none of them are really worth a whole lot of money, you know, unless you get lucky. Now you can, when you're looking at animals that you're hunting, if you're close enough or if you're using your binoculars, you can hit your RB button and it'll give you the info about that particular animal, which is kind of neat. And then it builds the compendium. So you have a lot. There are so many animals in this game. It's unbelievable.
Really?
I've run into stuff I never thought I'd run into. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Rattlesnakes, you know, your basic stuff. But then, you know, the alligator that surprised the hell out of me. Different rams, elk, bison. I've hunted bison and you know, different birds, vultures, eagles, hawks, woodpeckers, just all kinds of different. And the gathering of herbs is improved quite a bit. The herbs actually look like the herbs they're supposed to be. And you can gather them and you can make things. You can make different potions and tonics and foods and weapons, upgraded ammo. You unlock different recipes or buy different recipes, and you can make them at your campsite when you set up camp. It's really cool. It's really detailed.
That's very sweet. Yeah, I know. Like some of the complaints is some of it is kind of like GTA San Andreas, where like we were talking about it a little bit before, where some people and I've kind of heard this like just in the past couple of days since we've talked, that some people are kind of like, you know, it's great, it looks beautiful, but I kind of hate that it's like kind of like what you were talking about the hunting before, right? Like your person, if they don't eat, they become skinny. If you have to change clothes, you know, depending on what, you know, I mean, you know, like if it's hot and you're sweating, you got to change shirts or change pants or whatever, you know, if it's cold, you know, like that type of stuff. Well, at least the cold gear and warm gear or hot gear, you know, that's usually within games. And I totally understand that. It's just like, I've heard people complain about, well, like if you don't do this or do that, it just like seems like you have to be so enriched and immersed in this game where it feels like it's for some people it feels very daunting and just a slug or a slog trying to get through
Yeah,
it because of
I
because
could
of that.
I could see that. And I'm just going to say that being a huge open world game fan,
Mm-hmm.
it's refreshing to see something this detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of those other games leave a lot of detail out. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's as daunting as San Andreas.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh,
Well, that's good.
that, there are a lot of things you don't have to do. You do have to eat. You don't have to shower if you don't want. You don't have to shave if you don't want. You don't have to cut your hair if you don't want. It just gets long and you get smelly, just like you would in real life.
Yeah.
You have to sleep occasionally. I mean, I've gone days in that game without sleeping, but eventually it'll catch up to you. So you're going to want to do that. I like it. I like the realistic, but not so realistic as to be impossible to play. It is on the edge, though. It does get frustrating at times. I will say that, especially with the unforgiving citizens that live in this world. They're all dicks, man. I mean, everyone you run into is pretty much an asshole.
Yeah.
But it's all part of the game. It's all part of living in the West. Get off my land.
Is that what they really say?
Oh man, don't hang out on someone's property for too long because they'll shoot you dead.
Really?
Just like up here where I live.
Really? Well, see, everyone I've met they were pretty cool, man. So it's like,
Oh no, they're great. They're great. You just don't don't cross them.
yeah, just don't loiter. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's I just came to take a nice little nap and in your vegetable garden. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use this turnip as a pillow.
Oh shoot. They get so mad at you when you set up camp across the street. No, they don't.
Well,
but I think you'll like it.
How many towns have you visited so far?
See, Valentine, Strawberry, Rose, and then the big town. I can't remember the name of the big town. So 4 so far. Really? The big town is a big town.
Really?
I mean, it's a big industrial town. There are big factories and there are nice neighborhoods, of which I broke into one of the homes. And see, this is what's great about it. A lot of the homes are just open homes, that you can get into. So I smashed a window and got into it. It's a big old mansion. I didn't find anything worth taking, but I did tie up a couple of Frenchmen that were living there.
No, really?
That were screaming at me in French. So I was like, come here, you surrender monkey.
Wait.
So I hogtied them and then searched.
Yeah,
so,
man,
it was a lot of fun.
Like I heard you could like hog tie people, throw them off a cliff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Off of like a waterfall, and then like they get up to the shallow end, and they're just kind of like stuck there, and then you can just like snipe them in the fucking head. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking sadistic as shit, man.
I was chasing a guy. I was just trying to help somebody out because someone stole someone's horse. It's one of the same missions that you would find in the old game.
Okay.
Some guys screaming, they stole my horse. So I went and I chased him, and the guy kept going and going and going. And I had a hard time catching him. And by the time I got him and hogtied him, we were right next to the railroad tracks. Mm-hmm. So the train was coming. So I just put him on the tracks.
They're like, see you later, buddy.
And then I rode off.
Don't lose your head, pal. It's like,
It's crazy. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I'm trying to be a white hat, but I keep going more and more to the dark side because it doesn't seem to matter what I do. I screw up. And I'm like, oh, they're after me again.
Well, I know.
I'm sure that it'll get easier as I go through the game. Like I said, I think I set off to do too much stuff too early instead of following the storyline long enough to unlock everything and get better at what I'm doing. So which I tend to do.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, I'm the same way too, man. I mean, that's like Skyrim. Like,
love that game.
Shit. I mean, that game, like, okay, so I'm like, I don't even know what fucking level I am on that, and I haven't played in like forever. But it's like you're supposed to, in the main story, you're supposed to, like, one of the first things you're supposed to do is like visit the Graybeards, and I ain't even fucking met those people yet because I've been going off on side missions just trying to build up my shit. So it's like I'm a part of this guild and this fucking clan and all this shit, and I visit
doing all the
try to fill out the map. Yeah. Because
and then by the time you do the main mission, by the time you get to the main mission, it's gonna be a cakewalk.
Yeah, it's like I got fucking dragons coming down out of fucking everywhere and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
You're like a god. You just roll in there. You're like a demigod, like Hercules.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking A. I mean, but no, but that's how I am too. I mean, with any game, because I would rather fucking just dominate the fuck out of it, and just because I don't like to do the whole like because I used to play Final Fantasy like a motherfucker, and that's like for me one of the hardest games because like you have to grind and gain levels.
Grinding.
What's that?
There's so grinding. There's so much grinding, and all those old RPGs were like that. Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, all the JRPGs, yeah.
Fantasy Quest, any of the
Dragon Quest, Fantasy all Star. Those fuckers, man. Yeah, Fantasy Star.
Any of that. Yeah, any of that stuff. It was all grinding, which is what led to World of Warcraft, which is nothing but grinding for the most part.
Yeah.
When you play.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of those things that I never mind the grinding so much. It was just more of like I just kind of wish someone fucking told me that, hey man, you got to be this fucking level, because unless you had the fucking what was it, the Prima strategy guide or the Bradbury or whatever the fuck, Bungie, I can't remember. But there was like two strategy guides. There was like the generic, and then there was like the good one. And even in the good one, it kind of gave like vagueness of like, hey, you need to be level blah blah through blah blah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where they don't fucking tell you that you got to, because I'm just going through the story and it's just like, well, fuck, man, I keep on dying, fuck this, Then I was like, you know what, fuck this. Really I'm just gonna fucking just level the fuck all and just dominate this motherfucker. Any game, because I got really fed up with that shit.
About the old RPGs was the random encounters. I mean, you would be be like, oh, I hope I can get 3 inches on this map. Oh, I hope I can get and then you're fighting. Damn it.
Yeah, and like there was like no auto saves too. Like there's auto saves in Red Dead, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, and that's what's cool, because man, back in the day, man, there were no fucking auto saves. So it's like if you lost, you went all the fucking way back to the fucking beginning, or whatever. Yeah. It sucked balls, man.
Or where you saved.
Yeah. So you could fucking, because like I
remember games didn't have save features. You just
you just started. There was like a save spot, and then you had to go back to that shit or fly back. There was no fast travel or anything, it fucking sucked balls. But see, that's what's cool about what's up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
One annoying thing, you're talking about fast travel. You have fast travel in here like you had in the other game, where you can take a coach.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
A taxi. But your horse doesn't travel with you, which kind of bothers me. In the other game, you can be pretty much any distance away and call your horse and he would come to you. In this game, there's until you get to a certain level of horse familiarity with your particular horse, there's a distance that he's not going to follow you. So I took the coach or the whatever they call it on there, and went to another town and tried to summon my horse, and I get that message that says your horse is too far away, and I'm like, damn, what am I supposed to do? So I had to take it back and get my horse and just ride to the town. Really? And that's a little bit of, but then again, I haven't unlocked most of the map. You know, it's a huge world. So right. I look forward to exploring it. And it's all fog of war covered until you explore it. So you don't know what's there until you go there. Unlike the other one. But, you know, it does come with a map. The game comes with a map that you can just look at.
Oh, really? Then you're like, oh, okay, this is Blackwater. This is Dingleberry. This is blah, blah, blah.
Dingleberryville's probably my favorite town. That's They got
it just hangs there.
The best whorehouses there. It just hangs there.
Just hanging out like a carrot biscuit, you know?
No. Lordy.
But man, I was about to ask you something too about the game. Because there was,
you cannot hire prostitutes.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't.
Have you done any of the gambling in it yet? Because I hear that you can do gambling.
I have. I've played poker. I've played blackjack, dominoes. And I want to say, even though earlier, yes, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Shit, man.
And I keep wanting to say there's horseshoes, and I keep wanting to say I played a game of horseshoes, but 2 weeks ago I was playing the other game again, so that could have happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're playing the first
on the old. Yeah. I played that before I got this one. I replayed most of it. Yeah, it's a great game. You know, it still holds up, but this game blows it away. It's absolutely going to be game of the year.
You think so?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I mean, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10, and they never do that.
You what about well, you know about oh shit, what is it? Fallout 76 coming out, right? You think it's going to be better than that?
You know, I imagine. I love the Fallout games. They're a lot of fun, but they've always been a little clunky, in my opinion. Kind of ugly. None of them have been just like breathtakingly gorgeous. Of course, you're living in a post-Holocaust world.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that it will hold a candle to the landscapes that are in this game. I want to play it. I will play it, but I don't imagine that it will be it. And like I said, I love all the Fallout games. I just love the whole, you know, 1950s nuclear war, post-apocalyptic feel to it. And I love the music that's in it, and they're really a lot of fun. But I just don't see it being as good as this game. And what is really neat about this game is it's a Western. And you don't see that many Western video games, you know. And if you do, they usually stink.
Well, see, and that's why I'm very intrigued by it too, because I know like a lot of people have said the Westerns has been dying out for like a long time now. Because see, and I didn't know about this, like when Westerns came out, there was like so many fucking Westerns, I guess, that were out. Like like the ones the popular ones that everyone knows, and you know, like back in the day. But apparently, like there was like fucking a fuck ton of Westerns that was just like, you know, there's like an infinite amount of fucking Western movies. I'm like, damn, you know, I didn't even fucking know that. I just, you know, like I knew like Clint Eastwood and then Gunsmoke and fucking, you know, Bonanza. You know, I know all that shit. And well, Maverick, the TV
There's
show.
a Western channel. Stars has a Western channel dedicated solely to Western movies.
Really? Well, see, like I knew like Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, you know, like I knew that those are like really the two big Westerns like the pioneers, I guess. But I didn't know that there was like fucking a fuck ton more than them. And I was like, Jesus.
You know Audie Murphy, right?
What's up?
Audie Murphy,
the
most decorated soldier in American history. He was a Western actor.
Really?
When he got back. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's in a lot of he's in some war movies, but he's in a lot of Westerns.
Really? Audie Murphy. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. John Wayne, of course.
Yeah.
Check out Who Shot Liberty Valance is just, and my friend Gary Lawhorn turned me on to a lot of the Westerns that he likes, and he's a big John Wayne fan. And Who Shot Liberty Valance is a fantastic film with John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart that will just, it's really, really, really good. It's excellent. So check it out, man. There's a lot of good Westerns out there with some excellent storylines.
Yeah.
And a lot of them really suck.
Yeah, I think there was one with Dean Martin in it and John Wayne. I want to say it's Rio Bravo, but I could be wrong.
Yep. I think it's Rio Bravo, yeah.
Yeah, because Dean Martin plays like a drunk. He plays John Wayne's best friend. Yeah, I actually liked him in that. I thought that he was, because he plays the kind of like a buffoon kind of, he plays more of like the Jerry Lewis, to Dean Martin, because he's always like suave and debonair, but like to see him play like a drunkard and shit, and just like this kind of like foolish character, I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. And John being the straight man, I'm like, he actually plays it pretty fucking good. Yeah,
it's a good movie. It's a good movie. There are a lot of
black and white too. Yeah.
There's a movie called 100 Rifles you should check out, and it's got I believe that's Burt Reynolds and Sophia Loren.
Really? Burt fucking Reynolds did a Western? Holy shit.
Burt Reynolds' one of his first movies was Navajo Joe, which is a Western, where he played a Native American. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds played a Native American? No shit?
Yeah.
Navajo Joe. Damn, Jesus, man. I'm going to have to check this crap.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Very good. Burt Reynolds was a pretty big actor before Smokey and the Bandit.
Was he really?
And a pretty big actor after that, yeah.
What is it? Now I own the Wild Bunch. I haven't seen the Wild Bunch yet, but a lot of people are saying that the gang that you're with has kind of like that Wild Bunch flavor. I'm guessing you've seen the Wild Bunch, right?
I have not seen the Wild Bunch.
Oh, really? Oh man. See, I was going to ask you if it had that.
I have not seen. Who's in it?
Shit, I don't know right off the top of my head. Hold on. I got it right here.
Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. That was Gregory.
What's up? What's up? What happened?
I said that was Gregory's hiney.
Oh, what happened?
I said that was Gregory's hiney.
Why did you say that?
When you got up and you bent over in front of the camera.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Never mind. Move on.
Okay. Okay. William Holden, Robert Ryan, Edmund O'Brien, Warren Oates, Jamie Sanchez, Ben Johnson, and Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, Ernest Borgnine. He's awesome.
Yeah. And this is the Wild Bunch, the 2-disc special edition, the director's cut. And Phil Fieldman is Phil Fieldman production. I don't know who is.
I have to check it out.
I'm trying to see who the director. Oh, written direct. Oh, Paul Sendor. Seydor. Sador.
Huh. I'm gonna have to watch that. Let me know how it is.
Yeah. No, man, like people have been saying that it's just kind of like that. So like the Wild Bunch, the like at least like
It's
the gang and stuff.
oh, it's really interesting, the dynamic between the characters, especially the leader of the group, and forgive me, his name escapes me now, even though it's been mentioned 500 times in the game.
Oh,
His relationship with Arthur, yeah, Dutch, is really interesting. Arthur really seems to look up to him. He raised Arthur from a little tyke,
oh, really?
and a couple of the guys in the gang have been with him for many, many years. And then you've got a couple of other guys that are kind of new or newish. And then you add another couple of guys to the gang as it goes. It's really good. And I love the characters. They're really well done. They're really well done. Especially the old dude. Oh, what the heck is his name? Don't do drugs, kids.
It's not Gus, is it? I don't know.
No, it's an unusual name, but he's really neat. He's an old timer. He's much older than Dutch or any of the other guys. He's probably in his 60s. He just wants to wind down and stop being on the run, but he's still with the gang, and it's really neat. He left the gang for a long time. You end up finding a lot out about the characters as you do missions with those particular characters. For instance, I found out that older gentleman found out kind of his life story when we were riding to kill that giant grizzly bear, or he wanted to hunt it, and it attacked him, and I chased it off, and he went back to camp. And I had an option of to hunt that bear or to follow him back to camp, and I hunted the bear, which paid off, fortunately. It could have ended horribly. But the nice thing is, when you're doing these missions, they do have checkpoints inside of the missions.
Oh, really? Okay, so you don't all the way back. Okay.
Yeah, like there are a couple of missions where you have to duel someone, and you may not be really good at dueling right away. So you can when you get to the part where you have to duel him, when he keeps killing you, which happened to me, when he keeps killing you, you just go back to that checkpoint, and it starts right as the duel begins. So you can keep doing that and doing it until you kill him. And then you get better at the dueling, and you don't get all frustrated because you have to start all the way back at a certain point and ride out to this area. And, like a lot of the Grand Theft Auto missions were really annoying because you would drive, 20 miles, get to the mission, get killed during the mission, and then have to start 20 miles away and drive back there again. And that's just annoying.
See, I think the last one, man, and I've seen a little bit of San Andreas played. A buddy of mine had it, but the one that I actually played, the last one I played, like almost through to the bitter end, was Vice City on the PS2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great game.
I love the fucking 80s, man. I'm just like, my God.
Great music. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5 was a phenomenal game. It was really good. The storyline was good. You had 3 main characters you could switch back and forth on, and it was a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, man, I highly recommend that. I imagine you can get it for a couple of bucks at GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure that they've got to have a new one following soon. They've got to, because it's been so long.
Well, see, I know that they have
5-6 years.
What's up?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Well, you say they haven't made one in like 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, or even longer. I think, if I remember right, it came out for the Xbox 360, and then they did an upgraded version when the Xbox One came out. So it came out in between generations.
Really?
So it was that long ago that it came out.
Yeah, because I know that I know that they put it out for the PC, but that was like a year and a half after it had been out for the oh, I'm sorry, for the console, because it came out like, what was it? Came out for 360 and PS3, I think, both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know like people have been Red Dead. The first Red Dead didn't even come out on PC, and a lot of people were like waiting for that to come out, and people are kind of speculating, or at least they're hoping that it comes out for the PC. Honestly, that's like one of those games where I'm just kind of like, I would rather get it on console, honestly.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Let me ask you, how long did it take to, like, with all the updates and shit, how long did it take for you to download it? Like an hour?
Well, I have really, really crappy internet up here in the mountain. And it only took, I'm wanting to say, an hour and a half.
Really?
Which really is not that much time. It may have been less than that.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Because I wasn't really paying attention. I just put it on, and I went and did something else and came back, and it was loaded. No, I had to change discs, and then the second disc loaded pretty fast. But yeah, it didn't really seem to take as long as I thought it was going to take. And it's a monstrous game. Like I said, it's a 2-disc game.
Yeah, it's like like 100 gigs or something like that?
It was less than that. I'm wanting to say it was 80 something, 85 gigs all told.
Really? Shit.
With the update.
Wow. With the update. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man.
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's like, man, like I was at Target, man. What was it, the other day, and I was looking at Final Fantasy 15, and the damn game just itself is like 50 gigs. I'm like, Jesus H Christ.
Yeah.
No, that's no fucking DLC, no nothing. I'm just like, God damn.
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, did you really? Final Fantasy 15?
Well, I'm gonna say, yeah.
Did you really? You didn't like it?
It's horrible. It's hard. It's all right if you want your heroes to be all girly men, metrosexual, high-haired, super thin dudes.
Yeah.
It's just not good, man. It's just not good. It's missing a lot of that old Final Fantasy feel to it. It doesn't really have classes per se like the old game did. I didn't like it. It pretends it's open world, but it's really not.
Oh, really? It's the open world? I didn't even know that.
Because it's kind of sectioned off. The open world parts are sectioned off, so it's not really open world. And it's just, I just didn't like it. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't play it very long because it just wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. It was a little too, I don't know, stupid.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. It had cars and stuff, and I'm like, I want Final Fantasy to be fantasy.
Yeah. No, man.
I have a little steam, so I'm fine with that, but cars?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever played Final Fantasy 8. Now, I like that one. And that's what 15 kind of reminded me of a little bit, just like looking at the box and looking at like the trailer and stuff like that. It really reminded me. And because I love Final Fantasy 7, and they're remaking that and or remastering that. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, because, man, like I was not a big fan of the polygon bullshit of 7. I got the game because I loved Final Fantasy, but I was like, fucking I hated that polygon. I mean, the block
game, but it looked horrible.
Yeah, I mean, the CGI cutscenes were fucking phenomenal, but your actual character looked like ass.
Yeah.
unless you're in like a fight mode or something. And
and what really pissed you off about the CGI cutscenes was you couldn't skip them. When you did the summonings, You have
Yeah.
to sit through the whole thing again and again and again. Final Fantasy X was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. That was excellent. I think 11 was an online role-playing game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. The shit. What was the one where you played as? Oh shit. You're like a blonde-haired dude, and your brother was a judge. Your twin brother. Fuck. He was like the bad guy of the game. I can't remember. Damn it.
Was that 10?
I don't think so. I could be
I
mistaken.
don't. I've played so many of them. I can't
Yeah,
remember one.
see. That's the thing. Shit, man. I remember. Okay, so I remember Final Fantasy, the original one for the NES, Final Fantasy 2 for Super NES, which is really fucking 4 in Japan, which is kind of fucking crazy. And then you have 3, which is really fuck. I want to say 5 or 7 in Japan.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 3 was the first one that I played.
Really?
For the Super that came out. Yeah.
See, I love Final Fantasy 2, man. Like, I love that. Like, you play as the Dark Knight Cecil, and then it becomes the.
I don't think that was. I don't think that was available on the game system here in the States.
Yeah.
Back when I was younger.
Really? Well, man. See, I used to rent it all the time, man. From like the.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I remember playing on an emulator. Not that I did emulator stuff online, which is technically illegal, but I remember seeing it on an emulator. Yeah, and and
well, hell, man. Like,
and first one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, dude. Go. No. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying I played that and the first one on an emulator, but I never had it for any of my systems. And I had, I had video game systems that went all the way back to the Telstar system, which was 4 different types of Pong or 5 different types of Pong.
Really? But see, man, like I love.
I had an Atari and a 2600, and then
ColecoVision.
I had a in television.
Did you know that fucking Sears Roebuck had their own fucking game system for a time?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, did you know that Sears Roebuck had their own game system at a time?
Did they? What was it?
Yeah, man, I don't know what it was, but I've seen it before. It's like a generic ass looking Atari system, but it has like a wood paneling and shit, and they had their own fucking games, man, that you could buy out of the fucking catalog and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I was like, man, I was telling some. I'm like, you're full of shit. They pulled it up online, man. I was like, what the fuck, really? I don't even fucking remember this shit because like, awesome. we had the Atari 2600, which I guess is like the original Atari. See, I never knew that. I just always knew it as like Atari 2600, or people just say Atari, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I think we had ColecoVision at one point. I remember playing it like once or twice, but then we got rid of that shit. I think that came before Atari, and then we had a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo. I remember playing Final Fantasy. Fuck, what else? Oh, Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers.
Duck Hunt was the best.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. What's that?
I wanted to shoot that dog so many times.
Oh, let me tell you, man, my fucking pops, man. He get drunk as fuck, man, and then he just fucking go to town, and he would always try to shoot the fucking dog. Yeah, he get pretty far too for being fucking a lush. I mean, I'm like, God damn, Pop. And then he would get fucking plastered, right? When he just start, because he fucking either scoot the chair up and start doing this shit, or he tried to shoot the fucking dog. And I'm like, holy God, all right, Pop, you gotta slow down, man. You want me to take? It's like, no, I got this. That fucking dog, damn him. You know, it's like, all right, man. You know, but you get pretty, you know, I love how like you knew how you got farther and farther in the game because the backdrop would actually change colors and shit. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty, because like I said, my father would get pretty fucking far. And I'm like, at first it was like blue, then it was like red, then it was like fucking, you know, orange or some shit. I'm like, oh damn, okay.
Do you remember the Silver Surfer game for the Nintendo?
Yeah, man. Fuck.
That game was hard as hell.
Dude, let me tell you, do you remember like Simon's Quest or some shit like that? Simon's Quest, I think.
Yeah.
Or Simon's Key or some shit like that. Yeah. You want to talk about a fucking game that's hard as fuck, man. That's a hard fucking game. Because the only thing you got is like you just have to build blocks and you have to avoid shit. And if you fucking get hit by something, you fucking die. And then you start all the way back at the fucking beginning because you got to find this cocksucker's key. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, and let me tell you, man, like a really hard fucking game for me, no lie, no shit, is like the Metroid games. Because my God, I was fucking horrible at those games because you got to unlock.
I couldn't play those either. I was horrible.
It's like, man,
I was awful.
Metroid, I mean, was like I think the first level of Super Metroid for the Super NES was like the only fucking one that I could barely fucking do because it was pretty much straightforward. It was just kind of like platforming or side scrolling all the way through, and then you had to figure some shit out before you fought the fucking boss. And I'm like, all right, great, but after that, after the first fucking level, my ass is done, man. I couldn't fucking get any farther because apparently, yeah, I mean, my God, because like I remember like the first game, the first fucking Metroid, you had 3 fucking level or 3 scenarios, right? 3 rooms, and you had to figure shit out, right? You had to get a key from one or some bullshit. You had to go in a ball, blow up something, go back to the first room, unlock some fucking hidden shit, and then, oh my God, opens up another fucking room. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, Christ almighty. Who would have fucking would have figured that out? Not me, because I suck at it.
Do you remember Go-Go 13?
No.
It was an excellent game.
Go-Go 13?
Go-Go, G-O-L-G-O 13.
Go-Go 13.
Very Japanese anime, and you were a spy, like an assassin. It had a really intriguing storyline going through it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Did a lot of sniping in it. One of the early sniping games, and it was out for the Nintendo system.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was an odd game.
See, I remember like Spy Hunter. That was pretty cool.
What was that game that was like? Oh shoot! It was like a game show, but you just ran into rooms and killed shit, and VCRs would drop and.
Smash TV.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, because you had awesome. 2. Yeah, because you had the blue guy and the red guy, and yeah, that was actually an arcade game, and then they put it on fucking Nintendo. Because yeah, my brother and I, man, we would play the fuck out of it. My brother Carl and I. Yeah. We played the fuck out of it. Yeah.
You play Gauntlet, Warrior.
Yeah, Gauntlet. Yeah.
Die.
What's that?
Warrior, you're about to die.
Yeah.
Wizard, need food. That, and I used to be able to beat. Remember the Star Wars sit-down game?
Yeah.
Where you went over the Death Star trenches. And
yeah,
I used to be able to beat that game.
Yeah, it's like
with a quarter. I played it. It was awesome. And then Space Harrier, I loved. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. At its time, it was really cool. It was really, of course, it looks like the guys who made it were all on acid because everything. One of those games where you're just in the middle of the screen and you're kind of running forward and you're just shooting at everything that comes at you. Big giant rock heads, huge mushrooms, just all kinds of stuff that you would see if you're tripping on LSD. It was an insane game.
Well,
you should check that game out. It's amazing. What's that?
Did you hear about they're doing man, they're doing the PlayStation Classic where it's basically like the first PlayStation, the gray one. It's like a mini. It's like a mini PlayStation.
Okay.
And it's gonna have like 20 games on it. It's gonna be like $100. I mean, they have Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII, the poo one, not the remastered. But and they have like the first Twisted Metal. They have and they have like 18 other fucking games on it. But it's like it's $100 though. And I'm just like, well, fuck, man.
That's too much.
Yeah, I mean, at that price, man, I can just go to the fucking flea market, get an original PS1, probably for $20, and like a handful of games that are better than this shit.
Yeah,
because I mean, they have,
you know, that Sega Genesis you saw in my basement.
Yeah,
that's one of those preloaded ones. It's got like 30 games on it or more, including like Altered Beast, all the big games that were out for the Genesis, and you can play any of the Genesis games in it by loading it in the top. That thing costs $20.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was gonna ask you, because in the fucking the mini, you can't use the CD console, like in the PlayStation. It's just there for aesthetic purposes. You know, it does nothing.
So who's gonna pay $100 for that?
Fucking exactly. It's fucking stupid. See,
I hope it bombs. I mean, I
do too, because it's fucking retarded. You can't play a fucking disc. Oh yeah, like one of the
these are games these are games you can go out and get at a flea market for a wing and a prayer, and go to town. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean one of the games that they have on there, I think it's the first Metal Gear Solid. Now I remember playing the fuck out of that, man. I was like, dude, I remember playing before fucking Circuit City went fucking belly under. Man, I remember playing the fucking demo of the Metal Gear Solid game in fucking Circuit City, and I was like, damn, fucking dope as fuck. Looking at the graphics now, not so much. Back in the day, god damn, this is sharp.
Yeah, it was awesome. Do you remember Metal Gear for the NES?
For the NES, the first one, and then like Metal Gear 2,
that
the snakes fucking
hard as hell.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
The first level you had to sneak from truck to truck.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. I mean, well, hell,
on that first level you had to sneak from. It was almost impossible.
Well, that's like the second one, man. Like the second one, was it Snake's Revenge or some shit? I can't remember. But the second one, like you had to fight, what was it, Gray Fox, in a goddamn landmine field and shit. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man! It's like, how the fuck you? I mean, because you're having to move, and it's like, and this guy is, and you're hoping to God that he moves on a goddamn landmine or something. And I was like, what the fuck, man? That's the only way. Because it's just like, who's gonna land on the landmine first here? In the field.
Yeah, there was one of those Metal Gear that was almost. It seemed like it was almost all cutscene. Like half hour here and a half hour there. It was annoying as hell.
Yeah, that's probably.
I can't remember which one.
Yeah,
I think it was the one after Solid, wasn't it?
Oh, you're talking about Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that. There was one that was just all. I mean, if anyone's watching, let me know which one it was. But it was just bad, so annoying. I bought this game to play it, not to watch a movie. If I wanted to watch a movie, I'll put a movie in. It was a very annoying. It was a very annoying.
No, man, I totally get you. Yeah, man, because I mean, I don't mind like cutscenes and shit, but man, I can't remember what fucking game it was, man. But there was like a cutscene that went on like almost like 30 fucking minutes, and it's like the beginning of the fucking game, and I'm just like, come on, man, I want to play this motherfucker. It's like
you're just pressing buttons trying to.
Yeah, it's like, is there a skip on this shit?
No, you press them, it'll go away.
Yeah, because apparently this fucking thing's like, the reason why it has this fucking cutscene is because it's loading the rest of the fucking game. Apparently, it's like, good God, man. You know, but yeah. So
Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, Okay. So, what are?
Oh, well, go ahead. What were you gonna?
Real quick, are there any things that you find right now about the game, about Red Dead Redemption, that you don't like, or are there like negatives that you wish, like, okay,
yeah,
anything you want to talk about?
It's a little hard. It's a little hard in the beginning to earn enough money to do anything that you might want. Upgrading my weapons, even with the engravings, because you can engrave your weapons and change the metals on them. You can, put different accoutrements on your weapons, and I like to max those out. I'd like to be able to earn a little money early in the game, but I'm sure that that's just me trying to rush the game. So that's probably not really a downfall, just impatient. I don't like that when you get shot at, you can't return fire without, causing a ruckus and getting a bounty on your head. You should be able to defend yourself once you've taken fire. And that, I'm sure, is an easy fix in the mechanics. I mean, it can't be too hard to script where, if you take a bullet, you can return fire without setting off all the bells and whistles. So that's a little annoying. But, and it is a little grindy. When you're hunting and stuff, it does seem to be a little grindy, but on the whole, it's a lot like Preparation H. It feels pretty good. I like the game. It's a lot of and I do see it being game of the year. It has a lot more pros than cons. So, unlike the Dallas Cowboys, which has a lot more cons than pros.
Oh, but it Tish.
I knew that. But it's a really good game. But there are a few drawbacks I can see that might be daunting to some people who are like me, kind of impatient and just want to get in there and just play it, But as the world unfolds, it's a wonder to behold. It's one of those games where you really want to, if you're one of those guys like me who likes to explore the open worlds and kind of find every nook and cranny of the game and look at everything, this is a game for you. You're going to find all kinds of really neat stuff, and you'll run into all kinds of really neat NPCs that they have in there. So check it out.
Okay, man.
I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it.
See, and talking about it just gets me more hype, man, to play it. But man, see, for me right now, man, like shelling out $60 is just kind of like fuck, because there's so, and this is the bad thing too, is that like for me, I can't remember. I think I got like one of those like Visa gift cards in the mail from like either my mom or a relative or something that actually kind of helped pay for Spider-Man. So it was just kind of like one of those things where it's hard for me to spend like $60 on a game. But and then I picked up the DLC, which was $25. But because I got the season pass.
This game is well worth the money. I got the Ultimate Edition of the game. You ordered it, I'm wanting to say a year and a half ago, and then it got pushed back in February.
Yeah.
And I was upset, but I'm really glad they pushed it back because it was worth it. I'm sure that they pushed it back, the fixed game mechanics, which always seems to happen in a huge game like this. Of course, I'm sure they ran into all kinds of trouble. But I have not run into a single glitch yet in the game, which surprises me. No oddly sitting characters, no people sitting in the sky, like you run into on Skyrim. You know,
Yeah,
just
no running up a hill.
you've got some,
You know, yeah, none of that crazy shit.
yeah, some horse head, but no, it runs very smoothly, which surprises me, as large as it is, and it's definitely worth every penny that you pay for it, because you're going to get hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay. I believe the game, just a straight game missions, are like what, 80 hours of gameplay or something like that. Maybe
Yeah,
100.
I think they said like it was
and
like
that's not all. Wow, and that's not including all the side missions and you know, and the hunting and the exploring, you know, and the mini games and all the plethora of things you can do. You can even, when you get a horse, you can dress its mane, and you can have its tail long or short or braided, or
oh really?
You can do all kinds of really cool stuff in the game that you don't have to do. It's neat that it's there. You can do it if you want to do it.
But you do,
and that's really cool.
But I know, like the horses, you have to keep them groomed. You have to, because if you want your horse to basically obey you and stuff, and you got to keep them clean.
Oh yeah, you can pat him when you're riding him. You can pat him.
Mm-hmm.
You can get off the horse, pat him. You can feed him. You can brush him. If you don't feel like brushing him, you can just take him to a lake.
Oh really? Oh.
Run him into the water, and that helps with their stamina, keeps the stamina up, and
oh really?
And
okay.
It bonds the horse closer to you, and you unlock different tricks and stunts you can do as the horse bonds closer to you. Like the first one you unlock is the rearing of the horse, where you can rear him back.
Oh,
and then you can make
cool,
him. The second one you unlock is the skid stop with the horse, which is really cool. You go on at full speed, and you hit the buttons right, and he'll skid to a stop.
Really?
It's awesome as hell.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and there are all kinds of stunts that you can do with him. Yeah, and like if you run into a predator, or a predator's close, he'll get skittish, and you can calm him down. And when you calm him down, that also helps to bond the horse with you. If you're going along the ledge, a rocky ledge, and he starts to buck a little bit, you cons him more, and he'll. So it's really detailed, but not so detailed that it's unplayable.
Yeah,
you know, like a lot of games.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was gonna say, because man, they have had like 7 fucking years, man, to like perfect this game. I just hope that if they do a sequel, that it's not fucking, it doesn't take like 7 goddamn years to fucking make another one. It's like, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, man. That's because it kind of like reminds me of like fucking from Diablo 2 to Diablo 3. There was like a big fucking window, and people kind of forget that shit. Because I remember when they were like saying, I remember when they used to have Electronic Gaming Monthly come out before that fucking went belly up. Yeah. But they had like what was it, like a year or two after Diablo 2 came out, they were talking about Diablo 3, and man, Diablo 3 didn't come out until fucking whenever the hell, I can't even remember now. Like, well, 3 years ago or some shit.
It took so long. It took so long to come out that it lost a lot of fans.
Yeah.
And when you do that, people don't care anymore. They're like, well, you know what? I don't want to play it. There's my cat.
Yay. What's up, buddy?
And it really wasn't worth the wait, I don't think.
Yeah.
Do you?
See, my brother Carl and I, well, even my brother Mark too, like we're big Diablo fucking players, and I think one of the major reasons why it came out, because they were switching engines. That's one of the things, because Diablo 1 and 2 pretty much used the same fucking engine, and so they were kind of close. But like, and also too, it's Blizzard, so then they take fucking forever for shit to come out.
Yeah.
Unless
it's a WoW expansion.
Oh yeah. That. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, because that's like their money right there. That's their bread and fucking butter. I mean, that. Did you see that movie? No, man. I heard it was. I didn't hear it was good, man. So What's that?
Check it out. I've got it. Come over. We'll watch it.
Oh,
We'll
really?
watch it.
Okay.
I got it in 4K. It's good.
Fuck yeah. You got it in 4K?
It's fantastic.
Oh, shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a really good job on it. You feel like you're in the world. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. And it's really good.
Shit, man, I know we're going off on a tangent right now, but yeah, like I did like Diablo. I mean, they keep on upgrading shit and this is like the games of services, and this kind of like ties in with Spider-Man. Like, so to get on Spider-Man, so I've finished the game, beat it 100%. I haven't platinumed it, and I probably will never. There's some pretty cool shit, man, in it. I've done most of the side stuff. The only thing I haven't done sidewise is that there's you know Taskmaster, right? From Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man, he has these challenges that you have to fucking do, and man, a lot of them I can only do like because there's 3 levels, and and it depends on how well you perform or how many things you do, and then the timing also as well. So like how fast you do these challenges. So the thing is that some of these challenges you have to follow a drone, and you have to swing from like rooftop to rooftop and go through and dive through like certain like areas and stuff like that, and then you have to do it within a time limit, and it's like, well, holy fuck, man. I mean, and like one of them, you cannot hit the ground because you got to be continuously like moving in the air and like thrusting and jumping and like diving. You know, it's fucking. I mean, it's bonkers. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, so long you finish the lowest tier. Yo, what's up?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. So long you finish the lowest tier in all of them, like you'll go up against Taskmaster. Well, actually, you fight him twice. You fight him after you do half, and the thing is that since he mimics your shit, like you have to basically if you throw web shooters at him or webbing with your web shooters, he'll like block the shit. You gotta like grab foreign objects and stuff and throw it at him. Especially like he'll throw like a smoke grenade or some shit or a flashbang. You got to throw it back at him, and then he'll be like dazed, and then you like kind of combo his ass and shit. And yeah, it's just that stuff. Like I love
a little too difficult.
It's not low. It's just one of those things you have to. This is like one of those games where like what we were talking about before, where you got to be high. Like I think the max level is 50 in the game, and I max leveled out because it's a grind, man. This fucking game, I will say, is a fucking grind. But even at max level, fighting him, fuck, man, I was having some fucking problems at first because you want to talk because you want to talk about fucking, you need to know like fucking combos and like where the buttons are and shit, because sometimes, man, like I'll like the best combos in this game are like air combos, and then throughout the game you unlock different moves and shit, so you're having to learn moves on the fly and stuff like that, and it's great when you successfully do it, but it's a fucking beast, man, when you're trying to like, especially when you go up like a guy like Taskmaster where he's just a bastard to fucking try and fight. And oh yeah,
it takes a lot of practice.
Oh, you fucking ain't right. I mean, it's like the first 2 hours of the game is like because I probably said this before, when they throw you into the game, you're fighting the Kingpin, or you go to his like hotel and you fight him and shit. Yeah, and you're like learning all these moves on the fly, but it's like, okay, and then they're like, okay, hey, we're gonna set you free and fight the Kingpin. It's like, what the fuck? You know. And then yeah, you're kind of left to your own devices by then. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun game, and so, well, what was it? So I think, yeah, it's like Osborn's the mayor. Oh yeah. Miles actually gets. Miles Morales is in it. It's kind of weird because his dad and mom. Okay, so his mom is I think is her last name is Morales because she's Latino, and his dad's name is Jefferson, or no, I'm Davis. It is his father's name is Jefferson Davis, but I don't know why he takes his mother's. I mean, they're married. That's what's fucking weird. I mean, his father's a cop.
That's weird.
And yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm like, okay. And I mean, it's not like it's Miles Morales Davis. It's just his name's Miles Morales, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and what's cool about it also too, like I'm not a big I will say like beating it, I wasn't a big fan of doing because you're kind of forced into doing these side missions with him and Mary Jane. Some of the ones with Mary Jane were cool. Some of the ones were just like, oh my God, it's a slog, man. It's like, really, do I have to fucking do this? But yeah, that's it. It was a bit tedious, like just aside because I want to get back to playing as fucking Spider-Man and not do this because a lot of Miles and Mary Jane's is like sneaking around type shit. So if you get caught, so if somebody sees you, you got to start at either the checkpoint or back at the beginning. So it's like and yeah. So what's that?
Very annoying. Does it look though? From what I've seen, it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful, man. Like
you like the amazing?
Yeah. No, I love it, man. Like I don't even I'm not even playing on 4K, man. Like I don't have I have a was it 55-inch 1080p TV, and I have a regular PlayStation 4. I don't have the Pro, and I'm playing it.
Yeah.
But also too, man. Like I heard something where it's like if like the Pro is not even native 4K, so it only enhances the graphics a little bit, even though it's more of the HDR that does anything. So I was like, because I was talking with a person. I was like, yeah, man, it's like, yeah, it looks a little bit nicer on the Pro, but it's not. But if you just have the regular one, man, it doesn't. I mean, it just makes it doesn't do it justice to buy a fucking Pro. You know, just the regular one. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's especially like the fight. Oh my God, dude! Like you fight the Vulture and Electro, like because there's multiple fights. Yeah, you fight Electro and the Vulture at the same time, and that's a bastard, man, because you have to continuously like swing around and shit. But oh my God, dude, it's so fucking cool because you have like lightning and shit, and the Vulture's coming in, swooping in. You gotta fucking latch onto the Vulture and fucking web him and shit, make him slow down, and then kind of like toss him and shit, and toss him around.
Which Vulture is it?
Adrian Toomes. It's
it's the old man.
Yeah, it's the old man. It's not the Homecoming.
Good.
It's yeah. So it's traditional.
I like the
traditional culture. Yeah, but his suit is pretty cool though. It's he has metal wings, kind of like the Homecoming, but his mask is different. Instead of having like the what is it? The naval or Air Force like helmet. He actually has like a mask, just a mask. They were kind of like the oh yes, I'm Bane. Ah, guy has like the Bane mask going on.
Where are the weapons, Batman?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and
do you fight Mysterio in it?
No, you don't. But there is a person that dresses. Yeah, Mysterio isn't in it, but there's a person. But you can go around. Okay, so there's two things that have Mysterio in it. Number one, you have these these backpacks, right? That that are all around the map. You collect. One of them actually has Mysterio's fishbowl head, and
oh, cool.
Yeah, that you have like as a souvenir, and you have to collect these souvenirs to unlock. I think you unlock a different suit. I can't remember which one it is though. But yeah, and then Spider-Man makes a comment as like, "Oh, I remember this." You know, when I got this off of Mysterio, his old fishbowl head. Now he has like a new configuration or some shit. I'm like, oh, and then you actually go to this Halloween party in the game, and there's like a lady dressed up as Mysterio. You actually take off.
Oh, that's cool.
Fishbowl head of her, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, because in the beginning of the game, all the characters are hidden in the raft, right? So Doc Ock actually breaks them out of the raft. You actually go to the raft, which is fucking cool as shit. You got to fight all these inmates and shit. And then and this is where the game like gets uber fucking hard, because you have to fight prisoners, and they have like machine guns and all this other shit, and it's just like, my God. And just if you don't have the right power-ups when you fight against them, it starts to suck. But it's really good, and that's when you just really got to like learn the moves and stuff and what the hell you're doing. And what else? But yeah, you fight the Rhino and Scorpion at the same time. Actually, you remember? Fuck, I can't remember if it's Arkham City or Arkham Knight. But do you remember when you get poisoned by fuck, what's his name? Scarecrow, and you have to do that Scarecrow yeah, where it's like all trippy shit. Yeah, Scorpion actually poisons you, and you kind of go through the same, but you're having to swing across fucking like buildings and shit to get back to your lab. So you can like build like an antidote or antidote for yourself.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers, man, because it's like if you fall, like if you don't swing from across, you'll fall into this poisonous lake, and you'll start to deplete, your health will start to deplete and stuff. That I actually like the Rhino.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the Rhino and Scorpion was pretty cool because you're on the ground. The Electro and Vulture fight, you're up in the air, so most of the time. You fight, was it Negative Man? Was it Martin Lee one-on-one? You fight Doc Ock one-on-one. Those were really good. The Martin Lee, the Negative Man one, my God, man, that had like stage after stage after stage. I was like, holy fuck. This is like I mean, it's a grind, man. But I mean, you feel so much satisfied when you fucking finally are you down now? Are you fucking dead? Jesus, come on, man. But the Doc Ock one,
I have to admit, I was very jealous when I saw everyone posting that they got the game, and it was probably the only game offering that PlayStation has put out on the 4 that I was tempted to go out and buy a PlayStation because of it.
Oh, man, it's so good, man.
Glad I did.
What's up?
I'm glad I didn't, because it would have been the only game I have on the PlayStation.
Well, I mean, like, see, and this is like, I own the Xbox One, and like the original Xbox One, and I own the PS4. And I kind of split up my games between them. Like I have, was it Fallout 4 for the PlayStation? I have Assassin's Creed Syndicate for the PlayStation.
That's a great game.
Yeah, Syndicate. Yeah, man, it's fucking I love the Victorian London stuff. But yeah, I have other.
I do too.
I can't remember, man, off the top of my head what. It's been a while since I played the Xbox. But I have a Dead Rising 3 on the Xbox. I have because I bought that. I got that one. Fuck. What else do I have?
I like that one. I like that one because it wasn't timed.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, you and I both. I hate the fucking time limit on that shit. Because they make you fucking start, because they want you to just level up, grab as much stuff as you can, and then start the game over again from the fucking time from the beginning. And we're just like, man, that's just fucking stupid. It's just fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah, and
I hate that.
They give you an open world, and they don't give you enough time to explore that really cool open world.
Yeah,
which is what I liked about the latest one, that was 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that one.
Yeah,
awesome.
And you can make like a fucking monster truck and shit. Yeah, it's like
it was great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I hate games with time limit.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not, because I like to, because I'm just a casual gamer. I just like to fucking just chillax and that shit. And that's like Spider-Man. Like
I like to enjoy it.
What's that?
I like to enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, that's like Spider-Man. In Spider-Man, there's no time limits or anything. I mean, even Peter will be like, I got to get here. Like he'll be like, I better see Aunt May at Feast, you know. But you can go off and do side shit, but he'll keep on, like, every once in a while he'll remind you that you got to go and for the main story. But it's not like you have to do that. It's just, you know, you can just grind the fuck out of it. And also,
that's what's cool about Red Dead is you've got your main missions, and you can go to them and do the missions, or you can just run around, do whatever you want, and do the missions whenever, you know. So it's kind of cool. I like that.
I mean, the story, like the story with Spider-Man, I thought was really cool. It's
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at the end, man, like when you're fighting Doc Ock, he actually knew that you were Peter pretty much the whole time, that because at first he thinks that you're actually the tech person for Spider-Man, but somewhere in the game, and it kind of comes very organic, like, and that he figures it out that you're Peter, and he actually gets AIM, what is it, advanced, what the hell is the acronym for AIM?
Advanced Idea Mechanics.
Yeah, Advanced Idea Mechanics. They make a cameo in it, at least not the people in the yellow suits, but just the name. Yeah, because they actually because Doc Ock actually makes, before he breaks everyone out of the raft, he makes like Scorpion a new suit, he makes Rhino a new suit, he makes the Vulture and all these other people from AIM technology that he gets. And
that's cool.
Yeah. And because Peter goes into the office, since you're his assistant, because you're Doc Ock's assistant, and kind of like he's your mentor. And he's like, hey Doc, what's all this stuff? What's all this new stuff? He's like, oh, these are from our new donors. Because what is it? Norman Osborn, he's actually the mayor in the game, and also too, you find out that Oscorp is actually named after not just Norman Osborn, but is actually named after Otto Octavius too, because they actually started Oscorp together. Because Otto says, like, yeah, back when we were in grad school, we were the Oz's. I'm like, oh shit, Oscorp. I'm like, that's pretty fucking dope. That they, and then
that's cool.
Yeah, that Otto actually that a lot of the, and you learn in the game that a lot of the technology that Osborn has is actually from Otto Octavius. It's just Osborn just kind of patented and stuff, and says, no, it's. I look at it as like what Stan Lee did the Jack Kirby shit, right? Is that Jack Kirby couldn't get royalty for his stuff because it was under Marvel, because Stan Lee's like, no, everything you did, even if you did do it, it's still under Marvel. It's still under this umbrella. So yeah, you're not getting royalties or ownership of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of like, damn, that's kind of, I don't know.
Tough titty.
What's up?
Tough titty.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't know if the creators did that intentionally or if it's just kind of like one of those fucking coincidences things. But I was like, damn, that's fucked up, you know? Because I went when they say that shit in the game, my mind went straight to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby shit. I was like, fuck, man, that's some, and it's Marvel, so it's like, yeah. But
wow.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a beautiful game, man. The cutscenes are great. They're not and it's actually, and it's all the cutscenes are gameplay footage. So it's just so it's not like a movie or CGI. It's actually the game and stuff, and which I really like. I mean, dude, like when you're swinging from building to building, I mean, it's like fucking cool. Sometimes
awesome.
It'll be raining. Sometimes at night. Night sucks because some things you have to do at night just fucking blow. I mean, like when Electro first gets out, there's some stuff you got to do at fucking night. It's cool as fuck because you see Electro shooting off electricity and stuff, which is dope as fuck. But man, it's just sometimes, man, it's just
cool.
Yeah, it just gets so you get so mesmerized by all this cool shit. You're like, oh fuck, I need to swing here. But
that with the weather effects, I saw the most incredible thunderstorm.
What, Red Dead?
The lightning was phenomenal. Yeah, the lightning was amazing,
man.
and it's a random, it's random generation on the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And it snows, it's sunny, it rains. It depends on where you are, and you have night and daylight. You have a 24-hour clock that you follow, but time of course goes a lot faster in the game. And the thunderstorm that I saw was mind-boggling. It was beautiful. It was out on the plains with the buffalo, and I was chasing a wild pony, trying to rope it in, and this thunderstorm just starts going off, and this lightning off in the distance. It was just a beautiful effect. I was genuinely blown away. You have a camera equipped in the game so that you can take pictures of everything.
Oh, cool, man. I'd like scenery and shit.
That you find fascinating.
Yeah,
it's really neat.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah, you can what is it? Photo capture. That's what they call it in Spider-Man. You can do that shit too. Like, and you actually have like your own personal like album. When you're not playing the game, that you can actually go and look at the photos that you captured and stuff, because that's
really neat.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what.
And these games are getting so big and so breathtaking that you want to capture some of what you see. I mean, man. The sunsets in Red Dead and the sunrises are so breathtaking that you feel like you're there. It's super immersive, and I'm sure it's the same way with the Spider-Man game. They've come so far on graphics that it's just hard to just love it.
That's like if you're swinging, like let's say because in Spider-Man 2, just like Red Dead, there's like different. Once you beat the game, you can set it to whatever time, early morning, afternoon, rainy, night rain, day rain, whatever the fuck you want to.
Well, that's
cool.
Like
let's say that it's kind of like evening and the sun's going down. If you're swinging from building to building directly in the sun, dude, like there's been times where I'm just like, what the fuck? Why can't I see? Because it's just blinding my fucking eyeballs to where I can't see where to fucking swing next. I mean, yeah, it's like what you said, man. These games are getting so, and that's not even with the ADR. I mean, imagine imagine if I had like a 4K TV like yours and you're playing this shit. And with the fucking PlayStation Pro, I mean, it would be fucking like probably like even, twice as much, more sun, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but
that's amazing. That's amazing. I'd love to play it one day.
Fuck yeah, man. I mean,
one day.
as much as I'm giving it kind of like hell, I also love it too, man. It's like the love hate love, man, and it's one of. I mean, I beat it 100, but after I beat it, even like I wanted to play it again, and like I've even gone through the first, because there's 3 parts of the DLC. There's like the, what was it? Fuck, the first DLC that came out. Oh, the heist. Because there's the heist that came out this month sometime, is going to be Turf Wars, and then the third one is Silver Lining. The
Cool.
Yeah, the heist is really cool. And what's cool about that is that you don't have to beat the game to play the DLC. I mean, the
That's
DLC
cool.
kind of warns you that, hey, listen, look, if you, because it actually takes place after the game, and it says, listen, look, if you haven't beat the game, just to let you know that you may be spoiled. And it's like, oh shit, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, that there is spoilers ahead.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so you got to help Felicia Hart, because so Felicia Hardy, apparently you and Felicia Hardy used to be partners at one time. Since this is set years, like 8 years later, so your character is 23. And so you've had because you started at 15, now you're 23, and so you've had this, and apparently, like as you're doing the DLC, you learn that you and Felicia Harding actually were in a relationship, actually in a sexual relationship, because there comes a time where you actually meet her father, who pretends to be a detective, Walter Hardy, and you actually have to, and he pretends to be a detective about getting and trying to track down missing art that the original black cat, Walter Hardy, did or hid in the city. So you're collecting all these rando pieces for him, and for the detective, and the detective's like, you learn more and more backstory and stuff like that, and then
that's cool.
Yeah, because he's actually asking Spider-Man, hey, um, uh, there's a second black cat. Who's this? You know, and blah, 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 blah. And because at first you're thinking he's a detective, because he calls himself like Detective McCready or some shit. And so you're kind of like learning, you know, why there was like an original black cat, what he did, and how he got locked up and stuff like that. And then you actually learn that with Felicia Hardy, that she's doing a job for the mob family that was it
the
Hammerhead. Yeah, Magia. Yeah, there you go. The Magia crime family. And she has to get like these like 5 flash drives. And what's fucking cool is that these 5 flash drives, right? So there's like 5 families, and all those 5 families, as a truce, they kind of linked all their bank accounts together, right? So that way everyone has ties to the money. So if somebody tried to fuck them over, it's like they know who it was. Well,
yeah.
Black Cat says that she's doing this job for the Magia crime family, Hammerhead's crew, to get these flash drives, and it's like, or to get the Magia family flash drives, which it's actually the Magia family plus the other 4 families that she's trying to get all that fucking wealth from all the families. And and then she says, and she even says that, listen, look, like because she comes back, Spider-Man's like, okay, why the hell should I help you? And she's like, well, I have to get these flash drives because they have my son captive, held hostage. What? And then Spider-Man's like, oh shit, I may have a son, you know? And it's like, that's when you learn that, oh, they were in a sexual relationship, you know?
So it sounds like they really did a good job on the DLC, which is refreshing to hear, because I bought Far Cry 5 and I got the season pass for it, hoping the DLC would be amazing, and it sucked.
Hey, Far Cry 5, that's the one where it's like, what is it, in Utah or some shit? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you fight the cultists. It's a really great game. I mean, the game itself is fantastic and it's beautifully done, but the DLC that you paid extra for was really kind of lacking. I'm really hoping that the DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2 is as good as the game itself, and I have a feeling it will. It will be.
And that's the thing too. Is like now that, and I bet you it will be, because now, what is it? Xbox fucking and PS4, or just game people like oh shit, not just consoles, but like Rockstar game distributors, or companies, they want to do games as a service. So basically what they want to do is that they want you to not just play the game and put it away. They want to have continuous fucking DLC come out, or continuous play, just like what we were talking about before, World of Warcraft. How many fucking DLCs or expansion packs did they fucking have for the original?
City of Heroes was the same way. Yeah. And MMORPGs have done that for years.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm surprised that the console companies hadn't picked up on it sooner. Now, that's not saying that a lot of console players play online, but there are a lot of us that prefer to play single player games.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that they need. I was really upset that GTA didn't release any DLC for the original game for GTA 5, but they released a ton of stuff for the online play. Well,
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, because man, I don't remember hearing any fucking thing about like DLC for fucking GTA 5.
The only DLC is for online. It's
really?
for online DLC.
Yeah,
and that really is disappointing for anyone that prefers to play single player campaigns. I prefer single player campaigns. Now, I'll play online, or I used to. I can't do it here with my horrible internet. But I've always preferred a nice story in a single player campaign to play. And I never understood why people gear everything towards online play. Some companies gear everything towards online play, and they did that with what was that game?
Well, Black Ops, man, they've done that shit, and that's why, thank Christ, I didn't get that. I got Spider-Man and not fucking Call of Duty Black Ops fucking 4, because all that shit is fucking multiplayer. It's fucking Blackout, which is battle royale, fucking multiplayer, and then you have you have 12 like specialists, which are like campaign things, but it's not a fucking story. And honestly, I suck at multiplayer, man. Like I die like that. I mean, I fucking blow.
Yeah, that's why I prefer a single player campaign, and I would love to have seen them do that with the Friday the 13th game. I mean, it was all online.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It would have been cool to have a single player campaign.
Well, see, that's like what I like, or at least, see, I haven't played it, but I hear people talk about it, where it's like, you don't know if you're Jason, if you're one of the camp counselors or whatever the fuck, if you're the person who's it, or if, the person who has to kill everybody, or if you just have to like run away and shit. I think that's kind of cool, but after a while, man, it kind of gets a little fucking redundant. But yeah, it would be nice.
No, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, but it would have been neat to have a single player campaign go side by side, because it's not much of a game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why am I going to spend $60 fucking on this shit? I mean, I don't know how much it is, but I would not pay $60 for that.
Could throw together,
Yeah.
Tell me a story,
Yeah, because I mean, I'd rather
make me want to play.
I'd rather be like Freddy versus Jason and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be dope as fuck, man. Yeah, but
that would be.
But yeah, I mean, but that's like, I know that they're doing Red Dead Online here, I think in like a few weeks, man, or next month. I can't remember when the fuck they're supposed to be doing it.
They are, and they're
I mean, are you looking forward to that? I mean, I know that.
I would love to play it online. My friend Jason plays, and we would team up and do missions together. We like co-op stuff. We like doing co-op stuff, but I can't really play online here because my ping times are so horrible. I just lag. It's
Really?
just horrible. Yeah. So I can't really. Now, when I lived in Northern Virginia, I could, I had unlimited internet, high speed, fiber optics. I didn't have to worry about any of that. But here I've got satellite, with a gerbil on a wheel. It's
I got the hamster.
Yeah, and he's tired. He's real muscular though, from running all the time.
Oh yeah, man.
Shot him up with steroids. That's how I got the high speed. I shot him up with steroids, and he's just like.
But yeah, that's like just getting back on Spider-Man real quick. The DLC storyline so far is like really good, and
good.
And even there's like one point where you actually have to tell Mary Jane, because he's like, hey, remember that one time when we were kind of like not seeing each other, and she's like, yeah, I may have a son, and she just totally fucking hangs up on you, and it's like, oh shit, and then like
we were on a break.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and then she's like, he said like, okay, hey, listen, because at the end of the game, you get at the beginning of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, you've broken up with Mary Jane, and then at the end you get back together with her. And since this is set after the game, she's like, okay, hey Peter, it's not a problem. We'll deal with it. We'll when you're, we'll get your son, not a problem. Or might be your son, whatever it is. A kid's in danger. We got to get the kid, and it's written. And there was like, man, I was like, damn, man, like, fuck. I mean, they went fucking all out, man, on this one. It's like shit. And then and what's cool about it is that you come to a point. There's like a big, because you actually have to fight Hammerhead. That's pretty cool. And then there's like another mission where you team up with Black Cat, and you can actually have her like go. You can what is it? Like mark a character, like mark a bad guy to have her take out with a stealth attack, which is
cool.
Yeah, you see her come like shoot, like, and fucking like take them out like that, man. It's just so dope. And yeah, but yeah, as like you come to the end and it says like to be continued, and it's like, fuck. But I think it was like 2 or 3 gigs, the first DLC. And also
that's pretty
and you actually get three new costumes. You get the Scarlet Spider, the second Scarlet Spider, not the Ben Reilly one, but the Kane one that has like the blue and then the red. When he took over Scarlet Spider, you have Spider-Man UK, and then you have a new one. I like the Spider-Man UK, man. I've been rocking that shit. That shit's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, and that's the Braddock kid, isn't it?
Yeah, Billy Braddock. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Britain's son.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, it's a younger brother.
It's his younger brother. I thought it was his son.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I knew he had a younger brother that died. I thought it was William or Billy. I don't know.
Okay, it may be, but I'm not real.
Well, maybe it is. Shit, see, it's sorry. See, it's an alternate universe, so it's just only I know. See, here's the thing. Okay, is that I do know that the Spider-Man UK is actually the Captain Britain of that universe, because he has the helmet, but he doesn't wear it. And I know he's Billy Braddock, not Brian. So I'm guessing.
I like Captain.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, I love like the Arthurian legend and shit of like how he's descending. I actually like
the old costume.
Yeah.
The scepter and the red outfit with the mask that only went up to here, and his blonde hair was out of the top. It was awesome. I love that old costume better than the suit. You know, I thought the suit was kind of.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too, is that I like because like the Spider-Man UK, like in the comics, that motherfucker. I mean, like Billy Brad. I mean, he's fucking huge, man. He's like fucking tall and big. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's fucking big. And it's like, cause you see him in the comics, like, God damn, Spider-Man, fucking, you got some HGH or some shit? What the fuck?
You know, I was reading that. That what is that? That's Apocalypse, whatever. What is Spider-Geddon? And I was a little disappointed that they were really upset about Spider-Gwen possibly being dead, but they didn't give two shits about Spider-Man Noir. You know, until later, like, oh yeah, he's dead too. Like, poor guy.
Yeah, you
actually shot writing there.
Oh my gosh,
it's interesting though. I'm definitely gonna ride that one out and see what happens. I'm enjoying it.
Oh really? You're gonna get the rest of it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get like, you know, all the side books, but I'll get the main storyline. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the side
you know, because they promised not to do mega events for a while. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they always do. And then next year it's like, here's another fucking event. No, but I actually, man, I love the I'm actually loving it, man. Because I like it that it's not focused on Peter Parker. That's more auto arcade.
I love that Peter Parker's in it.
Yeah, dude.
I love Spider-Ham is in it. That makes me happy as hell.
Well, I will say that like if you want more Peter Parker, he's actually in the Spider-Gwen, aka Spider-Ghost, Spider-Geddon tie-in. So
okay.
Because for some reason I don't know.
Are you reading Immortal Hulk?
I'm not. But everyone,
the latest issue was phenomenal.
Really?
It was phenomenal. He trashed the Avengers.
Did he really? Yeah. See, I will say this. I will probably get, when it comes out in trade paperback, the first volume. I'll probably get it.
He punched Thor so hard that Thor was like, "Damn."
Well, see, I love how they're doing, and that's the kind of like thing that I like about it too, is that they're doing it as like he's like a monster or a creature, you know.
Yeah.
And because even if you kill him, he comes back, you know, and that's what I think is dope as fuck. You can't kill him.
Now they beat him by the end of the issue, and Iron Man had to use this weapon that vaporized this entire town in order to take the Hulk out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he can't die. So next scene, you hear someone talking, and you know he's, you know, we're glad to have you back and all this stuff. And then they show the Hulk, and he's all cut up in these different bottles. Like his head's in one bottle, his arms are in a bottle, his guts are in a bottle. So they've got him all separated so he can't regenerate. It's crazy.
My God, man.
Good stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. Yeah. I got to mosey on out, man.
All right, brother. Yeah, it's all right. It's after 10. Okay, man. Well, just real quick, man, before we close out, just to let everyone know, Spider-Man's great. Marvel Spider-Man DLC is awesome. Can't wait for the next two. Hopefully they'll do more, because I really love the game. I would really like to continue. That's like one of the ones as a game as a service that I would actually pay more to play, you know, for more content. I mean, the graphics are awesome.
Yeah, and because they've already built Manhattan.
Yeah.
So you could have any number of heroes.
Exactly.
To be the main.
You can have Daredevil.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, you can have Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I mean, they already have
Punisher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Punisher. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That'd be
But yeah,
awesome. That would be really cool.
yeah, and that's
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a must play. It's a game of the year. I guarantee it. It's a phenomenal experience.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, I mean that's like one of those, man. Like I'll probably break down and buy it, or fucking hopefully, man, maybe like a, maybe I'll get it as like a Christmas gift or something. Who knows? But
Dude, dude, come over and spend a night one night and you can play it all night long.
dude, if I do that, I'm gonna have to bring Watson with me. So it's like,
I
hopefully.
don't care. I got a dog.
Yeah, I know.
They'll go out together.
Yeah, yeah. I'll if I won't, or not if, when I do that, I'll bring his crate and stuff.
Be awesome. I mean, we have the room downstairs you can stay in. It's got a kitchen, a bathroom. Make yourself at home.
All right, man. Well, then all right, man. Then well, hopefully after the winter, or before winter.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell, come down here one weekend, get snowed in, stay the whole weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Play video games the whole weekend.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope as fuck, man. That would be.
Go through all my comics.
Okay, yeah, man. All right, dude. Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, dog. Yeah, it's as always, fun as hell.
Hell yeah, man.
Everyone listening, Tripping Over Reality, check it out. Also, my friend Greg and I are going to do something with Mountain Empire Comics soon. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can. We may be doing like try to do a live stream or two down there at Mountain Empire Comics in Johnson City. We're still trying to work everything out. Sorry, because but yeah, we're still trying to work everything out. I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. What I'll probably do, I'll probably just have to bring my rig, my system and stuff. But yeah, we'll probably do like a live stream there, and in John City, like on a Friday, and probably within the next month or two, try to get that.
Yeah.
Try to get that worked out. Yeah. That's yeah. I know that's something that hopefully we can have done with them. And they actually said that they would we get like a sponsor from them and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's just like it be pretty dope as fuck for us, and yeah, and good times all around. Diana, her father Robert, really good people, and yeah. So, but they have
they've always been kind to us. They've always been good to us. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've always been good to us, and I think it'd be fun, and it would, we could hang out on a Friday night and play games. I mean, what's better?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, because yeah, they were talking about like us demoing games and stuff for them, just because basically, like, just to let everyone know real quick, and I know you have to pee, I'm sorry.
That's
Chris, just to let everyone know, like, this channel, we're kind of trying to make it more like of a pop culture, like that's why we're talking about video games, we're talking about comic books, we talk about like all the juicy goodness, some things that are in the geek zeitgeist, and that's what we try to do more of, things that we like, so that's what we're trying to, we're still trying to work out the kinks and stuff, and so far we've only been doing this, I think, for like, was it going on 2 months now, Chris, or maybe
2 months, I think, maybe a little longer. But
yeah,
I enjoy it. I like the free form. I like that, this is what we're going to talk about, and then we just go, and that's a lot of fun. I think that a lot of shows get too bogged down in the details, and I like how we go off on tangents and we talk about other stuff, and and it's a lot, it's just two dudes bullshitting about what they love, and at some point, we can have people text us questions and stuff during shows, and we can talk about stuff with other people. I mean, that would be fun. You know, make the audience part of the show would be fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a great time. You know, it lets us talk about stuff that we like to talk about that other people don't want to hear us talk about. So
yeah, exactly.
And by other people, I mean like loved ones. You know, my wife would not want to sit here and talk to me 2 hours about video games, but you do, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's like likewise. I mean, like I don't I try to, like, when I'm like dating a lady, I try to like make that be like, hey, I have this thing. It's like, what's that? It's like, I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, I play video games, I'm pretty much a homebody. It's like I like to go out, of course, but yeah. I like comic books, which you would probably call funny books, which is like totally a wrong interpretation, but probably your grandfather would call it that. But
funny books. What is this, the 50s?
Yeah, I know. It's like exactly. It's like but yeah, but no, it's like what everything Chris said. Like and likewise, man, ditto, man. I mean, I enjoy that you like talking with me about this stuff, that we share that commonality and
yep.
Yeah, man, I'm just very, very thankful that you're willing to do this with me, be my my co-host, man, and hopefully we can get the channel.
I'll be your Andy Richter.
What's that?
I'll be your Andy Richter.
Oh, well, yeah. So I'm the Conan, with the crazy hair.
Yeah, I won't be as heavy though. I don't want to get that heavy.
Oh, no. Well, I won't be as tall. So, I mean, if anybody is like Andy, that's fucking me, because you're the taller one out of the group. It's like, I mean,
all right, dog.
All right, brother.
God.
All right, good sir.
Y'all enjoy, get some good comics, get some good games, and have a beautiful week.
Hell yeah, man. All right, everyone. God bless, Godspeed, and aloha. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man.
I'll see you later.
See ya. Aloha.